today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by and checking out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to be doing a review of the Hamilton Beach Dual Breakfast Sandwich Maker. Okay? Now, Monica bought this as a gift for the whole family. And if you're like me, you know, in the morning, you don't really have time to sit down and make something to eat for breakfast, even though we've all been told many times that breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day. And to be honest with you, usually I skip it. And if I'm really hungry, I'll stop at a fast food place or at the Quick Trip gas station and pick up a pre-made breakfast sandwich. But you know, that could get very expensive, especially if you do it on a regular basis. So when she bought this as a family Christmas gift, I thought this might be a great way for me to make sure I get something in my stomach for breakfast, as well as save some money instead of going to the fast food places. So stick around, guys. We're going to make a couple breakfast sandwiches, and then I'm going to show you how to make eggs benedict with this thing as well, kind of thinking outside the box. There's a lot of cool things you can do with this. But stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright, so before we get busy making breakfast sandwiches, I just want to kind of show you how this machine works, okay? As you can see, it's got a little lid here that you lift up, and you have these two little areas here where you make your breakfast sandwiches. And there are different zones or levels for your breakfast sandwich. You're able to toast the bread, English muffin, bagel, as well as cook the egg and heat up whatever kind of meat, whether it's bacon, sausage, ham, Canadian bacon, you name it, okay? And just to show you, it's all non-stick, so really easy to clean up. We did try this already, you know, before the video, and it was very easy to clean up. It's got a non-stick surface. And the way they designed this, you can see these pieces pop off completely. Now, they say you can throw these in the dishwasher, but in my experience, using it a couple times already, just using like a soapy sponge and drying it off with the paper towel is more than sufficient. Seems a little overkill to put it in a dishwasher. But let me just kind of show you how this works. So basically what you're supposed to do here, you heat it up, and once it hits temperature and that green light in the front goes on, that means it's preheated. So you're going to put your bottom level here. You can put like a bottom of an English muffin, which is what I'm going to be using. Put a piece of cheese. Then you fold down this next level. This is where you crack your egg. And then you put a muffin on top. And then you close it up and you let it cook anywhere between 4 and 5 minutes. At the end, you just slide this little piece out here to force that egg to drop down on that bottom piece of bread. Lift up and your sandwich is done. Very simplistic design. So let me get all the ingredients out to make our breakfast sandwiches. Be back in a sec, guys. All right, so this is pretty much the hardest part of the whole deal. It's just getting everything ready. These sandwiches take 4 to 5 minutes to cook, so get everything ready. So obviously you need your bread. I'm using an English muffin. I've already sliced both of them in half. You can use a bagel. You can even use bread. My only concern is you want the bread to be kind of in a round shape in order to fit in the sandwich maker correctly. I cracked a couple eggs, got them in little cups. I just find it easier for me to pour in. Obviously, you don't need the cup. You could just crack it and dump it right into the sandwich maker. We bought some pre-cooked Canadian bacon, which you can pick up, you know, at any store. And they also have now pre-cooked sausage patties. You have to use something that's pre-cooked because this is only going to heat up, like I said, 4 to 5 minutes. So you can't put a raw piece of sausage or raw bacon, anything like that. If you're going to use bacon, make sure it's already pre-cooked. Got a couple slices of American cheese. I got some non-stick cooking spray, Pam. And then I have a little package of hollandaise sauce mix. That's going to be for the second cook, where I'm going to show you how to make a really quick and easy eggs benedict, because normally that's a long, drawn-out affair. I have done a video of eggs benedict before where I've made the hollandaise homemade and poached the eggs, but this sandwich maker, we're going to make it quick and easy. Anyway, these are the ingredients, guys. Let me get the sandwich maker plugged in, and I'll kind of show you how to assemble these sandwiches. All right, so the only negative I could say of this, having used it a couple times, is you have no on-off button. You just have to plug it into an outlet, and then it'll turn on. So that's a little bit of a hassle, and you know, hopefully someone won't forget to unplug it when they're done cooking. So that could be a little bit of a hazard. I don't know if it has an automatic shut off after 10 minutes or something. I certainly hope it does. So anyway, I'm gonna plug her in here, and you'll hear it beep there a little bit, and now you'll see on the bottom this little timer thing lights up, and then there's a red button there indicating power's on. Now we have to wait usually maybe 3-4 minutes for the whole unit to heat up. Once it's heated up and ready to make the sandwich, that green light will come on. So we'll give it a few minutes, guys. We'll be back. We'll assemble our sandwiches. All right, so you can see it's only been a few minutes. The green light has come on. So be very careful when using this, because everything's pretty hot. So when you remove the sandwiches when they're done, make sure to get some kind of a spatula, and it certainly wouldn't hurt to have a couple either oven mitt or something like that to protect yourself, especially if you're going to be dealing with this. These end pieces here don't get hot. They're kind of coated with some kind of rubber, but the inside gets very hot, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to just spray a little bit of this non-stick cooking spray made of canola oil. And we don't have to go crazy, just a little one. I'm going to do the back plate here too. Oops. Got to kind of slide that out, but I'll do that. And I'm also going to do just on top here. All right, let's assemble these sandwiches, guys. Look how easy this is. And you definitely might want to consider picking one of these up when you see how easy it is. So we're going to start by putting the bottom English muffin piece in. Okay. Now, I've watched a few videos on YouTube. Some people like to put the cheese on top of the egg. I think for consistency here, I'm going to put the cheese right here, and I kind of fold over the corners. I'm just trying to prevent it from leaking out like that. And of course, I'm using cheese ball, American cheese. You can use, you know, cheddar, anything else you like. I'm just trying to make it more like a breakfast sandwich you would get at McDonald's or something like that, okay? And then we're gonna put our meat. So on the one over here, we're gonna make like an egg McMuffin. We're gonna put one slice of Canadian bacon. And then on this side, we're gonna make it like a sausage McMuffin. We're gonna put one of these sausage patties in. And you can buy these at your grocer freezer, guys. Okay? Now we're gonna put that down. Now we just simply pour our egg right into that spot. And what I like to do too, like that. I'm trying to do this as fast as possible, and I should have had a knife here that I could have used. I would just break that yolk and kind of swirl it around just so it's a little bit more evenly cooked. A little bit of salt. I'm not going to go crazy because the Canadian bacon and the sausage patty already is salty. A little bit of ground black pepper, like that. And this allows that egg to kind of firm up a little bit. And now we're just going to put that bun on top. We're going to close this thing up. And then you can see on the bottom this little timer. I'm going to push, and let me come around to the other side because I'm having a hard time seeing it. We're going to push this up button until we hit 4 minutes. Now I've seen some people go as long as 5 minutes, and I've seen people go as low as 3.5. I've experimented with the few sandwiches I make, and it seems like 4 minutes is fine because you spend around 30 to 45 seconds assembling the sandwiches. So that's it, guys. When it gets down to less than a minute, this will turn into a timer. So we'll give it a couple minutes. Be back shortly. All right, you can see the timer counting down here. Once the beeper, there we go. So now I'm unplugging the machine, okay? There we go, machine is unplugged. Now, let's get these sandwiches out. All right. So first things first, lift that top plate very carefully. Okay, and now we're going to slide that one tray out, just to kind of make the egg fall on top of the meat. And you can see putting that non-stick cooking spray definitely helps. And now we're going to lift up the whole thing. Whoop. And that American cheese, you know, is melting like American cheese should melt. So, there we go, guys. Let me quickly and carefully, easier said than done here. Quickly put that over here. We'll get these sandwiches off. And we'll take a look at those sandwiches in a second. So you see there's a little thing here, but once it cools down, wipe it off with a paper towel or a sponge. You'll be set. All right, guys, so here they are. I did let them cool a little bit. You can see the cheese was kind of gooing out. But just to show you that, a lot nicer, a lot less expensive than going through McDonald's or another fast food chain. This one's got the ham. And you can see that, I think because the ham had a little bit of water in it, that's why it kind of leaked a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to cut this sausage one in half just to kind of show you the consistency of the egg at the 4 minutes. Some people like their eggs cooked a little bit more, then they can go 4.5 or 5. Let's just see here. There you go, guys. Look at this. All right. Let's do the same with this ham. Oops. And there is the ham egg sandwich. All right, so I've allowed everything to kind of cool down just a little bit because this thing does get very hot. But now comes the moment of truth. I'm gonna try one with sausage here, okay? Let's give this a taste. I should have shown you. The bottom of the English muffin is perfectly toasted, but not overly done. That's why I think that 4 minute mark is the sweet spot. 4.5, somewhere in there. The sausage is fully cooked, so you're just warming it up. The egg is fully cooked as well. The cheese, I think if you use something other than American, it wouldn't melt as much as the American does, because that stuff's made to melt, but, oh, very good. All right. I'm gonna try a bite of each side. All right. And here's the one with Canadian bacon. That's very good too. It adds a little smokiness to it from that smoked Canadian bacon. But like, you can use regular like lunch meat bacon. I mean, the possibilities are endless. You can make like a hot ham and cheese sandwich. You can use turkey. Monica actually made like a mini omelet. Didn't even use bread. Just put an egg in there on the bottom. Mixed it up with, I think she had a little bit of spinach, red onion, cheese. And yeah, let it cook for an hour. You got like a mini omelet. So there are a lot of things. That's why I was thinking, what can I do that's different than just a regular breakfast sandwich? And that's where I came up with the eggs benedict, because that's one of my favorite breakfast items. But as you know, I'll leave a link to my original eggs benedict video. It's a long ordeal. Poaching eggs is a long ordeal. Making a homemade hollandaise sauce. Getting everything coordinated to all be ready at the same time, especially if you're cooking for a group of people or a big family gathering. So this might be a quick way to do it. Obviously, it's not authentic eggs benedict because it's not a poached egg, but you're still going to be able to cook one in around 4 minutes. So that in itself makes it worthwhile. All right, guys. I'm going to get busy cooking the hollandaise sauce. I'll get the rest of the ingredients together. Be back in a second for some eggs benedict with the Hamilton Beach breakfast sandwich maker. All right, I've cleaned it off. Really easy, like I mentioned. And now we're going to get ready to make our eggs benedict. And I'm going to use a little bit of the spray on here. I don't even know really how necessary this step is, because Some people I saw online were basically saying that you don't really need to do this, but you know what? I figure why not? It probably helps definitely clean things up a little bit. All right, so this is going to be quick and easy. We're going to put an English muffin on the bottom. We're going to put 1 slice of Canadian bacon. And since this doesn't have a top thing, I'm only going to do this for 3.5 minutes. So we'll pour 1 egg on this side. And you guys can kind of experiment. You know, another thing you could do is kind of whip the egg like a scrambled egg if you prefer that, rather than an egg looking like this. I'll break the yolk, kind of spread it around, like so. All right, let's quickly put 3.5 minutes on this thing, and we'll be done. There we go. Be back in 3.5 minutes. All right, as you can see, we got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and unplug. Monica did confirm that there is no automatic timer that goes, or there's no automatic shut off. All right, there we go. We'll quickly remove these. Those eggs look like they're almost cooked a little too much. But again, we have to kind of experiment here. There we go. I'm going to scoop that over onto a plate. We'll be back in a second, guys. All right, we put a little bit of salt on here, since I forgot to do it when I was in the machine. But that's okay. And we got the hollandaise on the stove top. All right, let's get the top with some hollandaise real quick. And you know what? It's not as good as a homemade hollandaise sauce. Neither is this egg gonna taste as good as a perfectly cooked poached egg. But you know what? Maybe instead of 3.5, 3 minutes, maybe the yolk would still be runny. That's something we'll have to kind of experiment with. But there you go, guys. Look at this. This is kind of a quick and easy cheese ball, eggs benedict, okay? Serve it on the side with some hash browns. There you go. Anyway, let me give this a taste, tell you guys what I think. All right, so here we are. Quick and easy eggs benedict. The only thing I would prefer, obviously, is to have a little bit of a runny yolk, but sometimes even when you order it in a restaurant, they'll give it to you and the egg's a little overcooked. But that's all right. All right, if I can only get everything in one bite. Here we go. The flavors are all there. If you like eggs benedict, and look, I did that in around 4 minutes. And I know it's not the same as real eggs benedict, I get it. But this is a quick and easy 4-minute eggs benedict, okay? Yeah, so, in closing, guys, I have to say I'm pretty impressed with this Hamilton Beach dual breakfast sandwich maker. They actually have a book online we saw on Amazon where they got like 100 different, you know, recipe ideas. I'm sure it has to do with making little sandwiches and other things with eggs. I mean, you can really get creative like I did here with the eggs benedict. This particular one, they also sell it in a single one. If you just have one egg sandwich, that's a little less expensive. Monica bought this on Amazon. I'll leave a link below. I think it was, what was it, Monica? $35?
$35. It's only you can make waffles and pancakes.
It was $35 on Amazon, but that was on sale. Normally I think it's closer to $40. But even at $40, I think if you're one of those guys that regularly go and buy a breakfast sandwich at a fast food place, you buy one of these for 40 bucks, it's not going to take very long before you're going to end up saving more money than the $40 you originally invest, because you can make these, I mean, I don't know how much it's going to cost, but a dozen eggs are kind of out of control prices nowadays anyway. But yeah, some ham, some muffins, make them yourself at home, quick and easy. What's that?
You can do waffles and pancakes in it too. They say.
Oh yeah, they say you can do waffles and pancakes. I don't know how you do waffle without the little square things in it.
Although you can buy like the ones that are frozen.
But oh yeah, like frozen, what do they call those? Lego
Yep.
Eggo waffles.
And
I guess
you
if
can
you
make
cut
chicken
those,
Sandwiches with the
chicken
waffles.
sandwiches. I mean, there's all kinds of things when you really start to think about it. And you know, especially if you have a child who's going to college, maybe lives in a dorm room, doesn't have access to a functional oven or stove, this might be something they can keep on the shelf in their dorm room and quickly make a little egg sandwich or something like that. Certainly comes in handy. As always, guys, I appreciate you stopping by and checking the video out. If you like it, hit the like button. This logo on my shirt is the logo on the bottom of the screen. If you click on that, it will allow you to subscribe to my channel. Please do that because it really helps my channel grow. And I'll also leave a link above and below to my website called ericsmokingbbq.com, where I feature all my video recipes, you know, the recipes spelled out with photos showing you step by step how to cook these various things. As always, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.